Hey, how's it going everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to perform this really powerful no setup prediction card trick. But before we get into it, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe with those post notifications on from our card trick videos just like this. And now let's get right into the trick. Alright, so I'm going to get right into the tutorial for this card trick. I'm not going to do a performance for this one because it won't work the best on camera, but do not worry, everything will make sense for how this trick works in the tutorial, so let's get right into it. I'm first going to give a brief overview of how the effect looks. You're essentially having your spectator think of any card they want to at the start, then throughout the trick, you're going to give them some instructions to deal cards from the deck onto the table, and then at the end, you're going to go through the deck to yourself and you'll be able to correctly predict the card that they thought of at the start. So let's learn how to do it. You're going to begin with your spectator giving the deck a shuffle. Once they are done mixing up the cards as much as they would like, you are going to spread out the cards face up on the table here because you're going to need to locate two key cards in the deck, and those are the card that's on the very bottom of the deck and the card that's in the second position from the top. So in this case, my key cards are the 9 of clubs and the 7 of spades. Those are the positions of where you need to memorize the cards, and I just like to do it this way where you spread out the cards face up, you show your spectator that they completely mix up the deck, but in reality you are locating the second card from the top and the one at the very bottom. Once you have remembered your key cards, you're ready to proceed with the trick. You're going to square up the deck, you're going to hand the cards over to your spectator and have them think of any card they want to in the deck. It's completely up to them. They are just going to think of any card they want. So let's say our spectator is thinking of the 8 of diamonds as their selection. And guys, just so we can remember our key cards and the spectator selection, I'm going to write them down on this note card here. So we have, as our key cards, we have the 7 of spades, 9 of clubs, and then our spectator selection is the 8 of diamonds. And I'm just going to keep this on the table so we can see it and refer to them as we go throughout the tutorial. At this point, once your spectator has thought of the card, once again, they're just the only ones who know it. They're keeping it in their head. You're going to turn around and give your spectator some instructions. The first one is tell your spectator to think of the suit of their card. And you're going to tell them if their card is a club or a heart, you're going to deal one card on the table and then place the rest of the deck on top. If the suit of their card is a spade or a diamond, they are not going to deal any cards at all. Once again, you're going to be turned around. Your spectator is going to be holding the cards at this point, and you're going to give them that first set of instructions. Once they have done that, you're ready to move on. In our case here, we have the 8 of diamonds. The spectator would not deal any cards at this point. The second set of instructions revolves around the color of the suit of their card. So you're going to tell them, okay, if the color of the suit of your card is red, you're going to deal 2 cards on the table from the top of the deck and then place the rest of the deck directly on top. If the color of the suit of your card is black, you're going to deal 3 cards on the table and then place the rest of the deck directly on top. So in this case, diamonds, those are red. Our spectator would deal 1 and 2 cards on the table, and then they would place the rest of the deck directly on top. So that's how that part is going to look. It's very simple. Once again, guys, you are going to be turned around. You're not going to be seeing what your spectator is doing here, but make sure you do give them clear instructions so they know what to do. Once again, red is 2 cards, black is 3. Once they've done this, the last set of instructions is going to be revolving around the value of their card. You're going to tell them that they are going to deal the exact number of cards from the top onto the table based on the value of their selection. So you're going to give them some examples here. You're going to tell them, okay, if your card is an ace, that would be 1. A jack is 11, a queen is 12, and a king is 13. And then the number cards are their number. So make sure you list out ace as 1 and then the face cards as their respective numbers. Once again, jack 11, queen 12, king is 13. That is very important. In our case, our value is 8, so our spectator would deal 8 cards on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They'll deal those on, place the rest of the deck on top, and then you would turn back around facing your spectator. At this point, you have not seen any of the cards they have dealt on the table. You're going to take the deck, and this is where the magic happens. This is where the secret to this trick revolves around. You're essentially going to be spreading the cards to yourself, and you're going to be looking out for a couple things, and I'm going to explain those things right now. So guys, just to make it easier, I'm going to spread out the cards face up on the table and explain what you need to look for on the bottom of the deck. So the first thing you're going to want to look for is your 2 key cards. Ours are the 7 of spades and the 9 of clubs. I'm spreading through, I'm looking for them, and I see the 7 of spades and the 9 of clubs right here. And you will notice there is no cards in between our 2 key cards. That would indicate to you that your spectator suit is a diamond. Now, I'm going to explain the other scenarios right now. So if there are 3 cards in between your 2 key cards, that means the suit of your spectator's card is a club. If there are 2 cards in between your 2 key cards, that means it's a heart. If there is 1 card in between, that means your spectator suit is a spade. And in our case here, there are no cards in between our 2 key cards. That means the spectator suit is a diamond. Now, I hope that made sense. And guys, I know there's kind of a lot of instructions here. All of them are going to be typed out in the description of this video. So don't worry about, trying to remember everything right now. If you guys are going through and practicing, everything will be written out in the description. So let's continue though with the tutorial on how the trick works. Once again, no cards in between our 2 key cards. That indicates to me my spectator suit is a diamond. Now, once you know the suit, you are going to need to locate and determine the value of the spectator's card. So here's how that's going to work. If the thought of card was a club or a heart, all you're doing here is counting the cards from below that first key card. And that will indicate to you the value of your spectator's card. But if the suit is a spade or a diamond, you're going to count the number of cards and then subtract 1. So this is how it's going to look for us. Our suit is a diamond. So as you're spreading through the deck to yourself, you would count these cards in your head. I'll just go through them one at a time here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 cards from below the first key card. 9 minus 1 is 8. And that gives us the value right here of 8. And then you already know the suit of diamond, leading you to the correct selection that your spectator gave. Once you locate and memorize the card, once again, it's based off of how many cards are in between the 2 key cards for this suit, and then the number of cards below the first key card for the value. We ended on the 8 of diamonds. And guys, while you're performing this trick, you're going to want to have these cards spread out to yourself here. Not just blatantly spread it all on the table. So once you practice it a few times, you'll be able to, do those calculations with the deck spread out. And then to do the reveal, I like taking out the cards. So I'm going to look for the 8 of diamonds here, wherever it is in the deck. So once you find out the card, you're just going to take it out from the pack, place it face down. Then for the first time, your spectator is going to name out their card, and then they will tell them to turn over the card that you took out, and it will match, and they'll be completely confused. You can do it that way, or you can just go out and say, okay, I think this is leading me to believe your card was the 8 of diamonds, and that will also be really cool. But I like to do it where you actually take out the card and they turn it over and see that you correctly predicted it. So guys, that's the trick. I know it can be a little confusing there when you're counting the cards and determining the ones in between the suit. But like I said, everything will be typed out in the description of this video, so that can help you out. Go ahead and rewatch the tutorial if you need to, but definitely practice this one a couple times to yourself and memorize the steps before you go out and perform it. But once you get the steps down, this trick is very doable to perform. You just need to practice it, memorize the steps. It will work every time and completely fool your spectators. This is a really powerful one. Definitely try it out. Let me know how it goes. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.